Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, I welcome everyone back to another new week. We continue with our book reading from where we stopped last time, and we're still looking at the Toyota Way to Service Excellence by Jeffrey K. Liker and Karen Ross. And remember, we stopped at chapter 6, where we're looking at micro level people principle. And the last thing we looked at was integrating customers into the culture at menus, and which is under principle 12, which says integrate outside partners. So your customers are seen as your outside partners, and Menlo involves their customers every time, every year, to they openly share the kind of system they run in their organizations. So today on chapter 8, we'll be looking at micro level people principle. Micro level people principles, which says develop people to become masters of their craft. Develop people to become masters of their craft. So they are traveling teachers, useless sirs. They teach us facts, not understanding. It's like teaching people about forest by showing them a saw. I want a proper school, sir, to teach reading and writing, and most of all, thinking, sir, so people can find what they are good at. Because someone doing what they really like is always an asset to any country, and often people never find out until it's too late. So today on page 261 on chapter 8, we'll be looking at developing people as an organizing principle. Developing people as an organizing principle. It says limitation of organizational design approaches to change. Limitations of organizational design, approaches to change. The highest performance organization approach is humanistic and has led to impressive results. But there is something missing. The starting assumption seemed flawed that a good design, meaning an elaborate socio-technical system plan, can be faithfully executed if only management will get behind it. In this approach, most of the organizational design activity is done in several-day workshops led by external or internal consultants with senior managers who get educated and develop a paper design that they then try to implement throughout the organization. The Finnish consulting firm Inotomi began to learn about lean management and saw how it would complement the board HPO design concept. In its magazine called Change, it vividly described what happens when the broad HPO design characteristics are combined with rapid change method based on scientific experimentation. Just remember a situation in your private professional life where really great things happened. Situations where nearly impossible brilliant results were achieved. Where positive energy was high and people felt some kind of flow. What happened? Typically, people described it like this. We had a clear challenging goal to which we all were committed. We felt trust in our team, and each of us acted out of our own personal judgment for success. It was easy to find the right person for the task without any power games. The process was smooth without bureaucracy. The focus was on short planning, doing short reflection, easy adoption, and doing again. And at the end, we were proud of our success and we are not the same as at the beginning. Our culture, the way we do things, has changed. Despite the deep insight, however, Innotomy continued to focus heavily on the workshop approach. The company added a long 3 months rapid result series of workshops to implement the changes to micro level workshops. This seems like a useful addition to the theoretical design workshop, but it still is far short of extended period of daily practices needed to change behaviors and mindset, as they described for one engagement. The first workshop was held for the management team. In this one-day meeting, the 3% direct cost decrease, the main organizational framework of the process and the management rules for the project itself were decided. This was followed by functional mini workshops with the key people of each functions, 3 to 4 hour discussions about the interpretation of the goals for each functional areas and the preparation of process roadmap. In the second half, in the second half day, in the second half day management workshop, the potentials found by the functional sub-team who had reviewed their own cost structures were summarized, and people for the rapid result teams were appointed. Afterwards, bi-weekly how-to workshops were held. Through the initiative, a cultural change started. The Hungarian site achieved saving of 3.3% in direct production cost. In other words, the senior management developed a plan for the cost reduction, and in a cross-functional team found the cost saving. So this is where we'll stop for our reading this morning, talking about developing people as an organizational principle. And we looked at limitations of organizational design, approaches to change. In summary, is actually talking about what a high performance organization looks like. It is humanistic, so since an organization, for you to get a high performance as an organization is humanistic, you have to pay attention to the people that work in that organization. How do you develop them? How do you make sure that tasks or work are carefully and faithfully executed, most especially by the management team? So the approach they use to achieve this high performance in the organization is to create or come up with a workshop where they teach management staffs how to do things, and in the process it brought about changes and also brought about a change in their culture. If we look at the little note that was written here by Tiffany Atchins when he was pleading the case for a new school to the Duke, where he was talking about teaching facts, looking for a place or a school where they teach reading and writing, so that people can find what they are good at. And if you want to achieve high performance in an organization, everybody has to be involved when it comes to problem solving. You don't just assign a problem to one particular set of people or one particular set of problem. Everyone has to be engaged in that process. Everyone grows and everyone learns, and everyone follows the processes and philosophy, and everyone grows with the culture in that organization. So this is how you achieve a high performance in an organization. So this is where we'll stop for our reading this morning. Thank you.